Hi everyone, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Thank you for popping by today, and thank you to everyone who takes the time to watch these videos, to like, subscribe and leave a comment. Your support's really appreciated, so thank you very much. The other day I was playing a stack of records and two of them were some greatest hits. One was this one, The Byrds' Greatest Hits, and the other one was an album called Heavy Cream, which is kind of like a best of Cream. And there were two songs I really enjoyed listening to. One was from this album, 8 Miles High, and the other one was the Eric Clapton, George Harrison song Badge, from this album, which I think featured on Goodbye Cream, the last album they did together. And the thing that they have in common is they both start with a bass guitar. Now, usually the bass guitar is just kind of drives the rhythm section, but sometimes it can introduce a song to great effect. And what I've got for you today is 40 songs that have fantastic bass guitar in the intro or at the start of the song. So we take that at 40 and 39. At 38, the B-side of Touch Too Much by AC/DC's Livewire, a really simple bass guitar, one note, but the anticipation it creates. I saw them play that song live and open with it, and the anticipation just when a few chords come in from Angus is just fantastic. So Livewire by AC/DC at number 38. At 37, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. I love the bass line in that song, it's fantastic. I love the bass line in this as well. This is Sure Know Something from the album Dynasty, or Dynasty as we call it here in the UK, by Kiss. I know that Gene Simmons is not seen as the greatest bass guitarist ever possibly, but Sure Know Something is a great way to introduce the song. And from this single, this EP, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood by The Animals, has got a fantastic bass line to start. As has this song, Holiday in Cambodia by Dead Kennedys. Brilliant bass line to start. I did a video recently on The Cure and their 45s. And of course, Love Cats has got a really good bass intro and a bass riff all the way through the song. Jackie Wilson, Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher, has got a fantastic bass line to start. And I can't remember the name of the bassist on this album. I think it's Berry Oakley, I think. But anyway, this is live at Fillmore East by the Allman Brothers, one of the greatest live albums I think ever created, a real fantastic jam band. And on the final side, side 4, is a song called Whipping Post, which has a great bit of bass guitar to open it up. It's a really good intro, and it's a great song if you like kind of extended jamming. At number 30, got to include The Clash and London Calling. I like the first album by The Clash, and after that not so much, but this is an iconic song, I think, and the bass line in it is iconic bass line as well. At number 29, a song from this album. This is Chicago Transit Authority. They're the band that obviously became Chicago. This is their debut album from, what, 68, is it? But their version of the Spencer Davis song, I'm a Man, starts off with a brilliant bit of bass work. I'm not sure who does it, but it's a fantastic song and a great version. There's brilliant guitar on it from Terry Kath as well. Next up is The Jam and the Motown-inspired Town Called Malice. What a fantastic bass intro that has. Bruce Foxton was such a great bass player, wasn't he? Next up is the B-side of Everybody's Happy Nowadays by the Buzzcocks, and this is the Buzzcocks at their absolute funkiest in Why Can't I Touch It, which is a brilliant B-side and a really funky bass line. Great bass line starts off Lovely Day by Bill Withers, which I think features one of the longest held notes, doesn't it, or something, I can't remember, but brilliant start to that. She's Lost Control, which opens up side 2 on Unknown Pleasures by Joy Division, is a wonderful bass riff. And of course, Pump It Up by Elvis Costello has got some brilliant bass work. I don't know who does it actually. I should look that up. I should have known this really, but fantastic bass intro. Next up, it's simple. I think his name is Lewis Graham, who plays the intro to Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. It's just such a groove. It just goes all the way through the song. Wonderful bass line. Brilliant, brilliant song, I think. At number 22, Love Is the Drug. After kind of footsteps to start it, you get this absolutely sensational bass work on this album. Again, I can't remember who does the bass work. John Gustafson. Okay, so he's... there's a little bit of a Deep Purple link there. He's played with the Ian Gillan Band, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, great bit of bass work on the opening song, Love Is the Drug. At number 21, got to have Benny King and Stand By Me, which is just, again, an iconic bass line to start the album, start the song. At number 20, this was a single for them in 1977, Thin Lizzy and Dancing in the Moonlight. Quite a different song that they brought out. The B-side was fantastic, Bad Reputation. But Phil Lynott really comes to the fore on the A-side. Dancing in the Moonlight, great bass intro. I love the bass work. This is one of my favourite post-punk singles, without a doubt. I adore this song. In some ways, it should be higher. The bass work on this is absolutely sensational. This is at number 19. This is Gang of Four and Damaged Goods. What a bass line. It's so brilliant. I love it. And all of these are fantastic. At number 18... number 18, Papa Was a Rolling Stone by The Temptations. What's this album called? All Directions. Long version, it's 11-12 minutes long, but it's a fantastic way to end side one, and a brilliant bit of bass work to start. Iconic, so I haven't got the album, Surrealistic Pillow is it called, but I've got a best of, and it's White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. Which has got a really kind of bolero-like bass line to it, really famous song. Always reminds me of kind of Vietnam films and so on. I'm trying to think of the guy's name who plays bass on this next song. There's a booklet in here, and his name will certainly be on it. I can't remember. But anyway, the song comes from Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, and it's I Wish, and it's just an absolutely sensational bass line. Such a brilliant... I love that song, and I think this album is sensational. The musicians that Stevie Wonder put together for this album are just top-notch, and I can't remember who does the bass work on that, but it's brilliant. My favourite band are at 15, and it's their final album before their breakup in 75, and this is from 1975. And the song is the song that closes the album. It's called You Keep On Moving, which is a brilliant song and a great bass line from Glenn Hughes. At number 14, a really infectious bass line on this one. I've got the single somewhere, I couldn't find it, so I'm going to have to show this, which is the greatest hits from Hall & Oates, Rock and Soul Part 1, and the song is Man Eater, which is just a wonderful pop bass line, but it's just fantastic. I couldn't find the next single at 13, but I've got it somewhere. It's Queen, Another One Bites the Dust. I could have had Under Pressure, but I don't own that. But I have got somewhere in here Another One Bites the Dust, which is a brilliant bass line. At number 12, Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. It's Tom Hamilton, isn't it, the bass guitarist for this band? But the bass work at the start of Sweet Emotion is just brilliant. That's, for me, their best album. I think Sweet Emotion is one of their best songs. If you're talking about bass intros, you have to, I guess, mention this band, don't you? Led Zeppelin. This is their first album, of course, and Dazed and Confused. Really simple from John Paul Jones, but just so effective. Love it. If you were talking about the bass guitar, into the top 10 here, and they're kind of loosely ranked. But at number 10, you've got to include Bernard Edwards, and I could have included a lot of songs by him. You know, his bass work certainly inspires Another One Bites the Dust, doesn't it? But Bernard Edwards, the way he starts off on what song is it on here? Everybody Dance, of course. Everybody Dance, which has got the most stellar bass work at the start. Absolutely brilliant. And a little bit of prog now. Oh, kind of prog, I suppose. Of course, you've got to include Roger Waters at the start of Money, which is just an iconic way to start a song from an iconic album. Now, at number 8 is a song that I don't own. I did have it on CD, and if you watch my videos regularly, you'll know that I got rid of quite a lot of my CDs to a charity shop a number of years ago. But it's a reasonably modernish song for me. When I say modern, it's probably 2000 something. But it's the White Stripes and Seven Nation Army. Now, that song has got a chorus to it, an instrumental chorus that everybody knows. It's always sort of hummed, sung, I don't know, whatever you would call it, at football stadiums nowadays. But Seven Nation Army is just a brilliant bass intro. Tina Weymouth has got to be included in this list, and of course you've got to have Psycho Killer by Talking Heads somewhere in this list, and that appears at my list at number 7. At number 6, I'm going to Iron Maiden, and obviously the main man from Iron Maiden, the kind of founder, if you like, is Steve Harris, and Rothschild is just a brilliant. So many of their songs actually it's become a little bit cliched, I think, the way that you often start songs nowadays. But in the early days, Rothschild, wow, what a start to a song that is. We're into the top four, I think now. Five, sorry. So at number 5, the opening song to this album, one of the first punk albums. And the opening song is Neat Neat Neat, which features Captain Sensible playing a sensational bass line at the start. What an album, what a way to start the album. Great stuff from Captain Sensible. Still in the same genre, got to include this song, Peaches. Is it their best song? No, but it's got a fantastic bass line from Jean-Jacques Burnel. I love that song. It's the first Stranglers single I ever bought. This is the one, and I just love it. It's brilliant. At number 3, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Is it Norman? Norman Watt Roy? I think something like that. But the bass work on this song is just through the roof. It's just incredible. Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick by Ian Dury and the Blockheads. I think it's Norman Watt Roy or Roy Watt. I can't remember which way around it is. But absolutely brilliant bass work. I mean, just off the chart. Okay. Number 2, got to include something Geezer Butler. NIB, which closes side 1 on their fantastic debut album. The bass work on that is so powerful and so brilliant. And the final one, the number 1, this is a guy who I don't know, just redefine what a bass guitar can sound like. And it's just such an incendiary song and just such a frantic bass line. And it's Ace of Spades by Motorhead. What a way to start the album. Just incredible. Brilliant song, brilliant opening from Lemmy. I could have chosen Motorhead by Motorhead as well, but I think Ace of Spades, for me, just edges it in terms of the bass intro. So there you go. There's 40 songs that have amazing bass guitar intros. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me if I've missed any. I'm sure I've missed loads. Tell me what they are, and I'm sure I'll be back sometime soon with another video. Cheers.